Hey everybody, this is Darth Bryboy and his friend, and we saw Toy Story 4 back last Saturday, I think.
Yeah, we did.
And it was awesome.
I think it was Sunday, actually. Yes,
it
it
was
was
Sunday.
awesome. In my opinion, it's probably my third favorite Toy Story film.
Stop destroying.
I got my Sheriff Rick Grimes
Toy
hat.
Story.
He's got his little Andy hat.
Woody.
And see, my hat
Woody.
commands
It's
respect. I wore this to the movie.
It's Woody. It's Woody.
Is it Woody?
It's Woody.
Is it Woody? It looks a
It's
little bit
freaking
more.
Woody. Andy's hat was red. You don't know what you're talking about, which is why you keep insulting 3.
I
'cause
knew
you don't know
Andy's
what
hat
you're
was
talking
red,
about.
dude.
Yeah. So stop and say dumb shit.
All right, so we're here to talk about the movie today. My name's Alex, and we're here to figure out. I love how you said "and his friend." Anyway, we're here to talk about Toy Story 4, the good and the bad. All right, so let's start with the good. I felt like the animation was fantastic.
I was just gonna talk about like our thoughts about the film, and like I was.
Okay, by all means, go.
So,
Go.
My thoughts about the film are that it was unexpected when I first saw it. I cried many times, and like The Last Jedi did with Mark Hamill, I think this was Tom Hanks's best performances. Woody, it gave him a lot of introspective moments. It made him question his entire worldview, his existence. This movie got really existential in a way I was not expecting, and I'm not sure about how it ended, but
I am.
I've
had time to sit with it. I think it was actually a good choice.
I think it was a good choice, and it showed Woody's development very well, because after his pull string got removed.
But you gotta follow your heart.
I mean, what I loved is that Woody found new purpose.
Well, he
in this
became the
film.
giving tree.
Yes.
The giving toy.
Well, in a way. His whole,
Sit on my stump, I have nothing left to give.
Well, at the same time, okay, that freaking book makes me cry too. Stop bringing up things that make me cry.
Dude, it's children's media. Everything is meant to make you cry in it. It's supposed to prepare you for the cold, harsh world.
Good point. It's like, this is the real world, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time. What just fell?
Now, I'll tell you one thing I have with it. We're trying. This is a spoiler-free review, right?
No, it's spoiler. I had spoiler free.
One thing I had a little bit of trouble with is I felt like they dumbed down Buzz's character for this a little bit.
That's...
Like let me explain. I felt like when they kept going on about Buzz Lightyear and his inner voice, and Woody tried to explain to Buzz about the concept of a conscience and an inner voice, and I felt like that's something Buzz would have already known, and even if he didn't, he wouldn't have been that stupid to just keep pressing his voice box, to like come up with the scene that really got me was when Woody had just narrowly escaped the antique store with Buzz and Bo and a couple of others, and they had just narrowly missed getting Forky. The problem I had was that Woody went back inside. Buzz was conflicted about whether to go with Woody or not, and he just pressed his voice box a couple times and it kept saying, "Return to base, go home, blah blah blah," and he trusted that. And I'm sorry, Buzz is not the kind of person that would just turn his back like that, and he didn't.
I think another minor, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
another minor problem is that I kind of wish Jesse was on this adventure.
Well, Jesse wasn't there. Jesse was like Black Widow in Infinity War. Jesse was not there. Jesse was in this?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll tell you who really got screwed was probably the others as well. Hell, Jesse at least had a couple speaking roles.
I
mean, Slink. Where was Slink? Where was Rex?
I think what this movie was trying to do was it was trying to be very much an original trio thing, because when we think of the trio now, it's Woody, Buzz, and Jesse, but in '95 it was you can make the case it was
Woody, Buzz, and Andy.
No, it was Woody, Buzz, and Bo Peep maybe. Like if you're gonna include
Bo Peep was never a main character. She was a side character.
What I liked about what they
That's
did
why Jesse
film,
was. I was watching a documentary really quickly about Toy Story 2. That's why Jesse came into play, because
I know.
one of the main screenwriters.
Lester's wife suggested
so we need more. We need someone more than Bo Peep as a good role model for girls.
Because this is some bullshit.
Bo Peep was not a main character.
What I wanted to see, I think in retrospect, why I think it would have been interesting to have Jessie on this mission, this little adventure, was to have an interaction between her and Bo Peep.
She could have provided some insight, and especially for Gabby. Especially for Gabby.
Yeah,
she's been there.
Yeah,
she's been there.
That would have been really, because what I like about Gabby is, like,
I think Jessie should have been the one to give her pull string away.
No, I actually like that for Woody, because it shows you at his core how
I know, but he's been through so much shit already. Just leave him his string. Just leave him his string.
Woody is a self-sacrificing, good, compassionate person, and fuck phones. Interrupting me and shit.
Well, it is a house.
Fuck yeah.
You chose to record at a house.
Fuck yeah, fuck. But I guess what I'm really trying to get at is when I look at Toy Story 4 as, I don't know if I would call it a conclusion.
That's Pixar asking you not to say fuck in your video.
Sorry. But I guess what I'm trying to think of is, as a conclusion, because this is what I'm struggling with, and the only way I will be able to make this conclusion is when 4 is on Blu-ray, right? And I can watch it with everything else.
And cry again.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Somebody Love Me. That song breaks me. That song fucking breaks me in the second one. But
Except for Gabby, it was When Nobody Loved Me.
But, well, Gabby as a villain, it's like...
She's the only villain that's ever been reformed. Other than maybe Sid, who just kind of regressed into a trash man.
Yeah, and had like severe psychological
Sid never quite got reformed. I would say he just got traumatized to the point where he wasn't a threat.
It's amazing Sid didn't see Woody have a panic attack. Like, oh my god,
Well, you know what? I kind of think, and here's where we differ. He thinks that Toy Story 4 is going to be the absolute last one. And I guarantee you people were saying that about 3. I said that about 3. And then 4 came out. Well, what I'm saying is this will go around until Toy Story 6, be it in the film, be it in direct-to-TV specials like Toy Story of Terror or something like that. I believe we will get more Toy Story.
We might get a continuation in the form of TV specials, and as I said after the
or Disney Plus, more likely.
Yeah, probably. But I think when I look at, because I did the whole marathon pretty much, except I didn't include Buzz Lightyear and Star Command in the marathon, although that show was kind of ridiculously awesome because it was like the G-rated version of Star Wars.
It's the Zergotronic Negare!
Where shit blew up, and you were 5.
And people lost their arms.
And you liked it because shit blew up. You know? Also, you know what annoyed me? Buzz in that show's like, I don't need partners. And I'm like, can we just have Woody show up in a fucking space outfit and just fuck shit up? You know? Yeah!
Woody's Roundup.
Yeah.
Time to kill Zurg.
If people keep doing this fan art shit like Woody is Captain America, and I'm like, I just want to see Woody lift Mjolnir now.
I feel like Buzz would be Captain America and Woody would be Iron Man.
Well, actually, someone did the...
Woody would be Iron Man.
Nah, someone did Woody as... well, because Buzz has the spacesuit and Woody's... Yeah, that's just some fan art shit. But another thing I found interesting about...
If anything, Buzz is more like Thor, maybe.
I don't know. Well, we'll discuss that.
Kind of stupid, kind of like, I'll battle the challenge.
But I guess what I'm thinking about with 4 is that...
But seriously, Jessie was in this movie?
Yes, Jessie.
Okay, I just want to make
nothing, but she was there.
Was she?
I think
did we just imagine she was there?
The point of this movie was to really make it a Bo, Woody, and Buzz story. And to show where Bo Peep has been the past 9 years.
I tell you where Bo's been. She was trapped in that antique store with a copy of The Force Awakens, and all she did was watch Rey and her stick. And that's where she got it from.
What I like the idea of...
And reruns of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, Bo Peep in this film was actually...
Useful
and not like a standby character, because you could make... See,
and thank goodness she wasn't the villain, am I right?
Oh, thank God.
Am I right?
That would have been the dumbest...
Am I right?
That would have been the dumbest shit. Look,
there were theories.
No, I heard them, but I knew that would just be utter bullshit, because there were because you want to piss off a fan base, that's how you piss off the fan base, okay? You want to piss off the fan base, and Toy Story 3 at the incinerator scene.
Now, it would have been even worse if, like, halfway through the movie, they realized that she was allied with Gabby and that she was the one who ripped out his voice box. And
that would have been messed up.
I've been waiting for you, Sheriff.
That would have been so stupid. But to me, what really
find my antique stores fully operational.
But what I think really broke my heart in this was like when Bo Peep finally asked.
Really, the one thing that broke your heart?
Several things.
The one thing. Several things.
But the one line that I think really shows Tom Hanks is like, you can make the case as his best performance is Woody in this one, or a swan song for the character, where he's arguing, he's like, we gotta get Forky back, and Bo is like, Woody, no one's with you, and then she finally asks him, well, why do you gotta do this, why, and he's like, and he finally breaks and goes, because it's all I know. And I think at that moment, it really is this existential
Did he say
thing.
It's all I know or all I have? I think he said it's all I have.
I think he said somewhere along those lines. I mean, when the Blu-ray comes out, I can go, ha, I was right, dumbass.
Or
you were right. But the point is about that scene is that Woody is a very stubborn character. You know,
he is, and this is a much more mature Woody. Again, going back to the Avengers thing, I think there's a difference between, like, you know, how Iron Man progressed over the course of the movies, from his first appearance to Endgame. And what I mean by that is Woody, in the first movie, was very, very much like a child, very impetuous, very, Andy's mine, this is mine, you can have that. And over the course of the movies, he grew much more mature.
Well,
you definitely do hear a weathered kind of sounding Woody. I mean,
I think that's mainly because with the whole thing with Forky jumping out the window, and that look of when Forky's like, carry me, when he's like, no. The thing that I thought of was that Grand Theft Auto thing of, oh shit.
Here we go again.
Exactly. That's exactly what Woody is like. Here we go again. But when Woody sees Bo, it's like that selfishness coming back, or like making up for lost time.
What do you mean selfishness? I wouldn't call it selfishness.
But like a desire to repeat the past or make up for lost time.
Yeah, but who wouldn't? So we were previously talking about, before the camera died unexpectedly, we were talking about, he was saying that he thought that Woody was slightly selfish in the sense that...
maybe my word choice was poor in that regard, because I've been hearing this complaint about the ending of the film, Woody was selfish. No.
He wasn't needed anymore.
Here was a very important point to me that nobody brings up really. Buzz is the one that tells Woody...
it's okay.
Without that, Woody would have left Bo. Woody would have accepted...
He would have hated himself for it, but he would have done it.
He would have. But at the same time...
If anything, I almost think Bo is slightly the selfish one. I get that she's found a whole new life, but she's sort of left Woody in the dust and was gonna, the first time when she was taken away, and then she was gonna do it again. And like, if your relationship meant that much, why would I know, I get it, you're Molly's toy.
No, there was also, it wasn't just the Molly's toy thing. It was also the...
how do you do that to someone?
I think it was also that they're two different people and their paths may not intersect, and that's what I was predicting would happen, that Woody would leave Bo,
and then she became the villain,
and return with the no, that'd be stupid as shit, and return with Buzz and the gang. But what I liked is that, and I really felt conflicted because I love the way 3 ended. I know you and I have
I said to him, he told me that 3 was a perfect trilogy, and I agree, it did wrap up the trilogy very, very nicely, but people wanted to see more. And if you have trouble accepting that there's a Toy Story 4 out there, my advice to you is to see it as more of like an epilogue. Think of Toy Story 3 as the main trilogy, and this is an epilogue, like Rogue One was to A New Hope.
Yeah.
Think of this as a companion. It's something to see what happened after.
Well, I mean, to be fair with the argument of what happened after, you have the shorts, you have the television special, and those give you a glimpse. And what I was thinking after...
I mean, tell you the truth, there didn't need to be a Shrek 2, but it was good.
Well, I mean, I think Toy Story is better.
Oh, it's of course better, but what I mean is in the same vein as there didn't need to be a Shrek 2, there was, and it was better.
Well, I guess what I'm looking at with 4, and this is why I'm really conflicted.
It turned out better than Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, I haven't seen that yet, but
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I haven't seen.
Ralph breaks nothing. Certainly not the box office. He breaks his own franchise. That's what he breaks.
Are you? Okay?
I'm not over it. No, I'm not over it. It was a horrible movie.
Okay.
Horrible.
I won't buy that.
Horrible.
Jesus Christ, we're
burn it. Find every copy and burn it.
We're not talking about that one.
Burn it.
Shit, man. Shut up. But I guess when I looked at Woody saying goodbye, it's that
John C. Reilly, why'd you agree to do it? Why'd you do it?
Shut the fuck up about
why'd you do it?
Nobody cares about Wreck-It Ralph when we're talking about Toy Story 4. This is why I put rambling discussion in my video title. Because that's what this literally is.
Fine.
Rambling discussion.
Give me a minute, go.
All right. But when I look at Toy Story 4 with Woody, that whole ending was moving because, like, the music,
it was moving because the unicorn had his foot on the gas.
Because Woody runs to Bo and he accepts his new life and Bonnie doesn't miss him. Now everyone was doing this fan art shit if Andy comes back or whatever. Like, there was this great meme.
This one's the most important.
Don't lose it.
I don't have it anymore.
You what?
I lost it years ago.
You what? But at the same time, man. I don't think Andy would have really given a shit because he left those behind. It was like, even though the toys don't say they're alive to Andy ever, because
they mean something.
Rules, but
in the same way, like an old trophy for a sports person,
yeah, or for example,
they take
my
on,
old plush Woody doll from
they take on
preschool,
meaning. They don't talk back to you, but they take on meaning.
They take on meaning. They have nostalgia. They have memories. You put a lot of meaning into these objects. Now you can make a larger case of why that's good or bad in a socio-economic, political thing. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about what objects might mean to you from a personal aspect. So what I loved about 3, and again, it's Woody, it's another thing of Woody letting something go.
Yeah.
Woody letting go of Buzz. Woody letting go of his family in search of, within the context
and just
of
like
unknown.
Forky, it's like Forky. It's not what the thing is; it's what the thing means.
That's what was beautiful.
Like, I just got a really awesome poster at Comic-Con for this girl I like, and that poster means something to me, despite the fact that what's on the poster means nothing to me because I did it as a gesture of kindness, and that poster took on a new meaning for me.
Yeah, I think with the interesting thing about Forky in this one is that the whole "I'm trash" meme every millennial's like trash. I'm trash. It's like Forky is funny as hell, and it's like
you make Bonnie feel like trash.
He's like, no,
you're Bonnie's trash.
I mean, what I also liked was how Woody was really teaching Forky about being a favorite toy and what that means. And Woody, the whole journey in this movie is going with Bo Peep and finding this whole lost toy thing. And that's really what Woody has been afraid of.
He's been a father figure. He taught the next generation. And I was just watching the first movie. I watched that scene where he's left in the first movie at the gas station, at the Dynaco gas station. And he says, "Oh no, I'm a lost toy."
Yeah.
And then it just ended perfectly with Rex saying, "Is Woody a lost toy?" And Buzz saying, "No, he knows exactly where he is."
Yeah, that's what's... Why you gotta make me cry, motherfucker? Why?
They can't see it behind the shades.
Shit.
They wouldn't have known you were crying if you hadn't said something.
Well, I'm tearing up now because...
Take a minute.
Shit.
Take a minute.
What I'm saying about that film, about this whole series, is Woody's fear of being lost and being abandoned, whether it's by Andy or by Bonnie, and his fear is this lost toy life, and I think he's afraid because of what abandonment or lack of love
it's one of the things, it's one of the tropes of the hero's journey, maybe not the hero's journey, but it's one of the classic tropes that you become okay with the thing you feared most.
Contentment
you're afraid of something your entire life, and then when you finally get there, you find new meaning in it.
But what I liked about this is that Bo Peep is that it was the love of his life to show him.
Oh yeah.
This new
and you know what? It would have been different if Bonnie truly needed him, if he was her favorite toy, if she couldn't get to sleep without him in the room or something like that.
Oh, Woody wouldn't have.
Yeah, but it was because that Bonnie truly didn't need him anymore. She'd moved on. She didn't even know he existed at that point.
Well, I think You know, it's like people were upset.
I guarantee you she got home and didn't even notice he was gone.
Well, people were upset, like, oh, Bonnie's not treating Woody like. I'm like, look, Bonnie's 4.
She's a kid. She moves on.
Like, she's a little kid. She's not. Not every kid is going to be Andy.
And to be fair, Andy was at that stage too. When he first got Buzz, there was a good transitionary period. We don't know. Bonnie could have come back to really like Woody again. I've gone through games and toys that I've been super about, then I get something new and they get thrown to the wayside, and then a couple years later I come back and it's, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
And look, that's a risk Bonnie takes, and look, maybe...
She's a kid, and she didn't know that he's alive. We know that. But she had no idea. Because to us, she's abandoning a living creature.
You know,
to her, she's abandoning a piece of plastic.
Not just a living creature, or a character that's faced the unknown and death and like all sorts of crazy ass shit.
What I feel was a missed opportunity was to have Commander Chip Hazard come in from Small Soldiers, and then they come in and they have a recon unit, and how fast
Small Soldiers.
It's in the same universe, and you know it.
Calm the fuck down.
Small Soldiers is in the Toy Story continuity. We know it. We know it is.
We know it
is. It's a prequel. It's a prequel.
No.
They replicated the microchips. They replicated the microchips, and they gave. Oh my gosh! The Barbies are the connection. The Barbies.
They weren't Barbies.
They were Barbies.
No, they weren't Barbies.
They were Barbies.
They were something called Gwen dolls.
No, I think they were Barbies, man. Anyway, so Barbies. Archer, he leaves on that boat.
I guess what I was gonna say when it came to this movie, and I'm really trying to think of this whole thing as the whole trilogy thing, and you know this thing.
It's more than a trilogy. You got Small Soldiers. You got Toy Story of Terror.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No.
Those of you in the comments agree with me. It's a prequel. It's a prequel, and you know it. You all know it.
I only know I'm gonna get.
You all know it.
I only know I'm gonna get comments like that because you're a bitch ass.
Because they're right. Because they agree with me. Because I'm right. And the people on your channel have been waiting for someone to be right.
Stop being wrong. Just stop being wrong. So back to the whole thing with Toy Story, with Toy Story 4.
Good epilogue.
Well, it was a good epilogue, but I'm also wondering like how it connects to the rest of the series. And when I look back on it as a marathon, because I know I'm gonna. I had
to get the pillow in there somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I know I'm going to do that a few times. I know this is going to be the thing I marathon a bunch of times throughout the years to come. It's just when I think about Toy Story, when I think about Toy Story 4 compared to the rest of the series, which ending?
It's definitely a little bit weaker than.
Well, this is the thing I'm wondering.
But I still prefer it over 3 because the setting of 3 was so disinteresting.
Well, that's your opinion.
No one wants to go to a daycare. No one wants to go to a daycare.
The whole point, like, we could have a whole different discussion about 3 or whatever.
Hey, 3, the story was fine. The location was horrible. Well, nobody wants to go to daycare.
No, that was kind of the point, though.
They could have at least done more to make it interesting. It looked so stupid.
No, what I liked...
I felt like I was in Barney hell.
No, here's what... Dude, that was the point because Lotso is a tyrannical...
It doesn't matter if that's the point. It's still disinteresting for the audience.
The other thing I've always... Well, I would disagree. I've watched that movie.
You lose your audience, you lose a movie.
Dude, I've watched that movie many times. I did not...
Yeah, I know, and you've been wrong every time, and that's okay.
No, you're wrong.
We accept you.
You're wrong.
We accept you for being wrong.
Stop being fucking wrong.
No, it's alright. I'll stop being wrong if you stop being wrong, okay?
Stop being wrong, buddy. Stop being wrong. But, like, what I was saying with 3 as a story is that... See, I was thinking 4 would get really, really dark. And, like
they'd kill off Buzz finally, like they wanted to.
Die. Technically,
wait a minute. Technically, Toy Story...
Maybe the head injury is what made Buzz dumb in this one.
What head injury?
A TV fell on him in...
Oh, yeah. Buzz
Maybe that fucked him up.
He was... Oh, God, now we're adding brain drama to... So, on the topic of Buzz's possible brain damage here on the Dr. Oz show, we'd like to talk...
Well, now we're entering a whole new world of, you know, with Forky, what does it mean to be a toy? What comes to life? You know, an arts and craft project comes alive. And
people have been theorizing what gives the toys, what makes it alive, and people have said it's a child's love, it's the meaning, it's being played with for the first time. But you know what? I've played with my microwave, like just pretending it's like a computer and I'm targeting missiles or something, and that doesn't mean the microwave's gonna come alive. God, I hope not.
It's like Transformers and it's gonna kill you. It's like
it could be the Allspark. We're adding another universe to it. Yeah. Toy Story is connected with the Transformers.
No, it's connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Woody's worthy of Mjolnir. You know Woody's worthy of fucking Mjolnir.
Yeah, maybe like the toy Mjolnir. He ain't lifting that shit.
Woody could lift Mjolnir.
Yeah, he can lift it because you still need to have enough strength to lift it.
Fine, Woody and Buzz combined are worthy of Mjolnir.
No, I agree. They're worthy, yeah, but could they actually physically...
That gotta be hilarious, though. Woody up against Thanos and shit. And Woody just kills fucking Thanos, you know?
Well, that's a question. During the snap, would half of all toys disappear? Because if they're technically alive, does that count as life?
I mean, is Marvel connected? I mean, they're owned by Disney, so... Whatever, Star Wars is connected.
Yeah, but then it would break the Pixar theory with the fight. In fact, the way we saw an adult Boo walking by one of the stands. Boo from... Yeah, I told you about this last week. In the scene where... Look for it. I was told that in the scene where Buzz is hooked up for the first time to the vending machine, for the toy machine, and he meets Ducky and Bunny, that supposedly an adult Boo walks by, and that means that the Monsters, Inc. universe is connected to... Also, we see like the Ellie badge in the antique store.
I think Ducky and Bunny were freaking hilarious in terms of...
Ducky and Bunny were great.
I mean, it's Key and Peele. Look, you've seen any Key and Peele skit; they are hysterical.
Yeah, except for the fact that, you know what? I tell you what, if Ducky, Bunny, and the fucking unicorn, if they got together,
oh shit,
that would be the overthrow of the U.S. government. That would be like that. You thought Small Soldiers was bad?
No, you thought scene in Toy Story 1. Because Woody's going
down... Oh my god, they would have slit Sid's throat in the middle of the night. They would have come up with a knife and just... right there.
No, they would have just threatened to kill him or whatever.
No, they would have killed him.
Oh, dear God.
They would have laughed, and then they would have killed him. They're the most psychotic sons of guns.
Ducky and Bunny fantasized about, like, becoming giant, destroying laser machines of death.
They will kill us all.
Like, Ducky and Bunny are, like, the most insane... Also, Duke Kaboom, Keanu Reeves.
Duke Kaboom, Canada's greatest stuntman. Yes, we Canada.
It was hilarious.
As a future Canadian, I approve.
I guess the other thing, when I look at Woody and Bo's relationship, it's interesting. Like, I thought, predictably, Bo would be all over Woody. Like, oh, where have you been?
Yeah, well, she wanted to be with him, but she'd moved on. She'd found her own life.
At the same time...
She'd been living on Jakku for a couple years.
No.
Plot.
No, but in all seriousness, when we look at Bo Peep in this one, she is her own person at this point.
Well, this is really the first time she's had any more than one character trait.
Bo Peep in...
This is the first time she's been dynamic.
Well, technically Bo Peep was in 3. Like, she was in a flashback.
No, she wasn't.
She
wasn't.
Alright, I'm gonna show you. You got me no choice, I'm gonna show you.
Is it that important?
Yes, because you're fucking wrong.
I didn't see her in there. Let me eat some tuna.
Wait, hold on.
Intermission, people!
Bo Peep. That's from 3.
Yeah, one frame. Alright, people, one frame. She was in one freaking frame.
I told you.
She was in 3. She's not a frame!
Shut up. That counts.
She's not even qualified to be an Easter egg.
That counts. She was in 3. End of argument. She just didn't do shit. Just like she didn't do shit really in 1 or 2. In this movie, they
didn't even animate her.
See, okay, thing I would have liked, because I really do love 4, but I'm wondering, do you think it would have been more impactful if they brought Jesse into this adventure? Mm-hmm. And they had, like, Slinky be like the guy keeping everybody calm.
For sure.
Because that's what Slinky would have done.
If they had made Buzz a little bit more intelligent, if they brought Jesse into it.
Maybe he has brain damage from 3. So.
I don't want to think about that, man.
Well, we're just going.
Don't put that in my head that one of my childhood characters has a traumatic brain
fucking
injury.
TV hit him on the head.
He had a helmet.
He had a Spanish mode twice. Like, Spanish mode? You don't think that messed his head up a little bit?
I mean...
Like, Jesse puts mariachi music on, and then Buzz starts dancing and shit. Buzz got fucked up in 3, okay? Some shit happened to him in 3. We're just gonna leave it at that. So
maybe they should have killed him in 3.
Oh God, no.
I'm kidding.
Okay, good. Oh, also, there's been footage of the Circle 7 version of 3, which is like the Circle 7 version of 3 was like before Pixar came back and was bought out by Disney. Since Disney owned the rights to Toy Story,
You mean the original Toy Story 3?
Yeah, they were going to do their own 3. So the original, like, I actually want to see the Black Friday reel, not the creepy pasta, which is fucked up. Of course, it's a creepy pasta. It's gonna be edgy as shit, you know. It's like, but I think you could. Here's what I think. I think you could make a very compressed version of what the Black Friday reel would have looked like. If you took the.
What do you mean by Black Friday?
Okay, the Black Friday reel I think would consist of a lot of deleted stuff that's just storyboarded from the first movie, where Woody's a fucking dickhead.
Screw you.
Shut up, Woody. You're my favorite character. I'm saying when you were. Okay? Why am I talking to Buzz and Woody? Of course I got a Woody hat on, so whatever. But what I do find interesting about Gabby as a villain is like she's kind of similar to Prospector in that regard of...
Well, I'd say she's far more reasonable than Prospector because she's actually got a goal that's flexible. Like she did have an end goal in mind for what her scheme was, but she was willing to try to reason and try to, like, when things went down a bad path. Now I don't know how far she would have gone if she didn't get her way and Woody hadn't agreed, but she never resorted to torture. She didn't torture or hurt Forky. She didn't torture or hurt Woody.
She didn't manipulate Woody to save her and then turn against her to let her burn alive. Lotso was like...
Lotso was the governor.
No, Lotso is Woody if Woody gets lost his shit. Okay,
or Woody from the first edit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, seriously, look at Black Friday, real Woody, look at Lotso. Same character. That is
Douchebag Woody. Come on, kill your friends. Douchebag Woody.
So you get off the fucking bed.
Did I ask you to think? We're all gonna die cause the editor's gonna rewrite this cause it's not age appropriate.
Well, you know who we can blame for that? Petty asshole Jeffrey Katzenberg. It needs to be edgy and it's gonna be released by Touchstone. And John Lasseter's like, what? Like,
no, then you're not happy that Toy Story 5 is being directed by Zack Snyder?
Okay. No, Zack Snyder directs it.
Brought to you by Zack Snyder and Michael Bay.
Oh, dear Christ.
With Stephanie Meyer as co-consultant.
No. I think what I liked about Toy Story 4 with Gabby is how she talks to Woody and how at the end of it, like, what she finally says to
Woody. She actually, the thing is, she doesn't, I was afraid that when she got rejected by that kid that she was going to go on this evil rampage. But she doesn't. She loses hope, and she just gets depressed. I was so afraid that the moment she was going to turn around, head's going to spin 180 degrees, and she's going to kill everyone. But she even says, you can have your voice box back. I had my shot. It didn't work out.
Just
bye.
leave me here.
Just leave me to die.
But I mean, that's what...
It's for kids! Leave me to die!
What I'm saying is, this movie has a lot of great, like, some of the best...
Holy shit! Oh, wait, that's just my tassel. I thought there was a giant bug on me. I'll have to rework that. Yeah. Look at that.
But what I'm saying is, like, the best Woody moments, I think, are probably in this movie. Because it's where Tom Hanks... I think whenever Tom Hanks thinks this is his last...
Rajon! Those of you who've seen that movie will get that reference.
Which movie?
Toy Story 4. It's Duke Kaboom. Rajon!
Oh, yeah.
No, Rajon! It was a commercial!
Keanu Reeves is amazing in this. Oh, by the way, can we just say that Toy Story somehow acquired Batman and Neo?
Which Batman?
Michael Keaton.
When was Michael?
Ken was played by Michael Keaton.
He was?
Yeah. That's kind of hilarious.
Okay, then.
But when I also look at 4,
don't think it would have made it more perfect if Lotso had been played by Donald Trump. That makes so much sense when you think about it, doesn't it? He wants to turn the daycare into a pay-to-win casino. There's rumors that he slept with Barbie, but he won't admit it.
Oh, God.
He wants to keep all the bad toys in that side of Play School and make them pay for the wall of Duplo between them.
Well, we can't really.
And I say bad toys, quote unquote.
Well, what I liked about
they ain't real bad toys.
Gabby and what Woody does is that Woody and Gabby...
Lotso was a dick to everyone. Everyone in that daycare was great.
Well, here's what's interesting about Lotso as a villain. Lotso at its core was Woody. See, what I'm wondering is, like, if Woody and Lotso met again, if Woody would give Lotso a second chance.
No! What? No! Woody would pull a Han and shoot first. Woody wouldn't. No, I'm sorry. Woody would take one of the. Woody would just find like a toy gun and just go.
I hate to say it, but Woody's not the character to kill or to try to take a life, except almost in the first movie.
So don't put it past him.
Well, that was an accident.
Was it though?
Yes, that's the whole point. Black Friday, real Woody. Black Friday, real Woody. Oh, yeah, fuck you.
Just saying.
He slipped. He slipped.
He slipped.
I swear, he slipped. What, you deliberately knocked Buzz out the window? Hey, it's a toy world.
You know what I would have loved
the most messed up shit about the Black Friday reel is that they have Tom Hanks. If they had another, some random animator.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci should have been the one to voice Woody in that.
Joe Pesci. I guess another thing when I look at, Gabby as a villain, because I really wanted to get on that.
Gabby was one of those toys that I never liked growing up. One of those little coddle me baby things.
Gabby was kind of creepy, but you also really got where she was coming from.
I understood where she was coming from, but I wouldn't have put a bullet through her.
She's Woody's world of view, just taken to its most desperate in a weird way. Do you get what I mean?
I just realized you could possibly scoop ice cream with this if you flipped up his helmet like that.
Most painful scene...
I'm sorry, this is what happens when two people with ADD review something.
She and Woody were on a very similar worldview. When Gabby... The thing that really hurt me in this movie, Pixar, why do you keep hurting me, damn it? Why? Every fucking movie, except Cars 2, makes me cry like a bitch.
Well, Cars 2 made you cry for a totally different reason.
It's like...
Why? This was supposed to be good!
No, Cars 2 made me cry because it was like, why is this shit? What the fuck happened? Why is this shit?
Let us not forget the Good Dinosaur.
That wasn't that bad, actually.
So you say. What else? Really thought there were, maybe this is just fan service, but I would like to see a couple other Disney Easter eggs in there. Maybe maybe some toy stormtroopers, because everybody loves the toy stormtroopers.
I guess here's what's weird about it. When I look back on my first initial viewing of 3, right?
Right.
Was that I knew Lotso was going to be the bad guy. I just knew it. And I was like, oh, of course, he's a twist villain. But as the movie progressed, as it just got darker and darker, and as the toys were, facing this really crazy shit. Now, I'm not sure if you really like that, but that's some of the stuff I really liked.
Well, I never liked the monkey. The monkey should have died. The monkey should have died. Those of you in the comments, you know what I'm talking about. The monkey should have died. They should have killed it.
The monkey was
I don't care what the monkey's plan was. I don't care if the monkey clapped at the end. That monkey had to go.
Monkey was Satan.
It could have been. And we're Jewish. We don't even believe in hell. And yet we think the monkey was Satan. How does that happen? That shows you how scary that fucking monkey was.
Actually, what's really messed up is, how Buzz was used in 3. Here's what was... Okay, do you think Buzz got fucked over in 4 like he did in the other movies?
Fucked over how?
Okay, in the second movie, he gets his ass kicked by the utility belt Buzz in 2. He gets reprogrammed in 3.
Yeah.
In this movie, nothing really happens to him.
Isn't that good, though? Doesn't he deserve a break?
That's what I'm saying. Buzz deserved a fucking break. After all this time, Tim Allen was like, You know?
I mean, he's been thrown out of a window. He's had his arms snapped off. He's been strapped to a rocket. He's been trapped in a box by the other Buzz. He's been smashed by a TV, reprogrammed twice. And in this movie, all that really happened to him was he got slightly knocked around a bit. That's good. For Buzz Lightyear to only have a mild concussion is fantastic. He won the lottery.
And to get his ass kicked by...
He won the lottery in this one.
The plush toys that were like, you're probably just a kid. And then Woody's like, what the fuck did you do this time?
Mr. Lightbeer had a good run this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like... because what they did with the villain, you know, is that Gabby... And again, like, the villains are kind of an extension of Woody's personality.
Well, I've been watching a lot of The Punisher, and I feel like this movie would have been over in about 5 minutes if they had a toy of The Punisher. If Frank Castle... Come on! Gabby versus The Punisher.
You're 20.
Who wants to see it? Come on, Internet. Who wants to see Frank Castle the toy versus Gabby?
You're 23 and now you're going through the edgy phase.
No, I just want to see Jonathan Bernthal as a toy kill Gabby.
It's okay. It's okay, Edge Boy. We'll play Linkin Park. Everything will be fine.
I don't even like Linkin Park, man. I'm not edgy. I'm a brony, dude.
An edgy brony.
I'm not an edgy brony. I just like The Punisher. I'm not an edgy brony. I just like The Punisher.
Edgelord.
How am I an edgelord?
You want The Punisher in Toy Story.
Because it would be hilarious.
I want Spider-Man in Toy Story, okay? But we can't have everything. I want Luke Skywalker in Toy Story. God damn it.
Yeah.
Actually, what was really funny is that on Twitter, Chris Evans was really hyped for this one. And all I'm thinking is, Chris, you wanted to be in this movie so bad. He wanted
to be Duke Kaboom.
You are just pissed you weren't in this fucking movie, man. You were just sad.
He'll have to wait till Toy Story 5.
Or special.
Or 5. You know it's coming, people. We're going to watch this review in about 10 years. We'll both have families by then, and I'll be like fist fighting him on the side of the street saying, you know I was right. Watch the tape, and then our kids will be like my kids and his kids will be like, why are our dads fighting? This is a 30-year-old some franchise. Like, son, you wouldn't understand. I gotta kill your uncle.
And my day.
I think we should try to wrap this up because I'm running low on time.
What I wanted to say with the Gabby part is that, like every other villain with regard to the sequels, Gabby is an extension of Woody's personality personified.
Yeah.
Like, it's his worldview of a toy has to love a child, and maybe the toy being obsessed with a specific child, taken to its extreme and showing the folly in that. And I think what's beautiful is that Woody and Bo Peep both help Gabby on a way to redemption. Like, that's what's interesting.
Yeah, Gabby finds someone to help.
Yeah, Bo Peep, because...
That's what they usually say when you're at your lowest, find someone who needs your help.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Peep and Gabby, because Bo Peep's like, oh, we're fuck that bitch. I
don't need no man. I need no man. I don't need no man.
Well, ironic, because Woody and... Like, Bo Peep is the one that really helps Woody discover a new purpose, that being a lost toy isn't so bad, and that him being a lost toy gives him an opportunity to help other toys who can have a chance at the life he has.
It's good old Bobo.
Boba
Fett.
What? I'm just being like Forky. I need a toy of Forky now.
Yeah, I saw them at Comic-Con. They were selling for like $20. Giant plastic Forky.
I bought Tin Toy at Comic-Con.
So you accept that Tin Toy is part of the expanded Pixar universe, but you won't accept anything else.
Nope.
Even though we saw Boo walk past the camera.
Liar.
Even though that old woman in the antique store had the Ellie badge.
Pixar theory is bullshit! I have issues, as you could tell. I think here's why. Toy Story, in terms of its world, is more...
For some reason, I just thought of what would happen if Sid had the Infinity Gauntlet. Half of all toys gone. Fair and balanced! Like Fox News!
No. Like, no. Oh my god, now I'm imagining Woody doing the I Am Iron Man thing.
And I am a toy.
Motherfucker.
That would have gotten you to cry.
God damn it, yes it would have. Woody would have done that shit too. We all know Woody would have done that shit. Also, thing is annoying about all these movies, Woody always gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
Ripped, torn. He's not like made of plastic a lot. Most of them is just fluff.
Also, nitpicky as hell. How is it that in all of these movies, none of these toys have like little marks on them?
I was thinking that too.
You know,
Woody's like from the 50s. He would at least be yellowing at this point, like a Super Nintendo.
How do all of these toys not have those little marks or whatever? Like in
maybe
real
they were
life,
made out of really, really good plastic.
In real life, you bang a toy, it gets a little mark on it, and you go,
maybe
shit.
It's like, maybe in that universe, everything is made to just the highest standards.
Yeah.
Nintendo makes everything.
Yeah. I guess I would give this, if I was going to give it a rating, 10 out of 10.
I don't feel like I can give it a 10 out of 10. I feel like I can give it an 8.5, an 8.5. Maybe an 8.75.
Come on, 9.
I can't go any higher than an 8.7 because like an 8 and 3/4. All right, 8 and 3/4 is my rating simply because I feel like I really liked it, but I feel like it did drag at some points. I remember Angry Joe said something similar. Like I felt like it was a really good movie. I will watch it again. I will love it. I will hold it alongside the other Toy Story movies. But that being said, there were some parts that just were slow, and that's.
Well, I mean, it was slow, but it was more adult, and it's like, I don't think it being slow paced is a bad thing.
Well, I mean, my God, I give Toy Story 3 a 7.5. So.
You want me to kick your ass?
Toy Story 3 is like a B-.
Do you want me to kick your ass on camera? You know those are fighting.
Everybody just gets sentimental because of the beginning and the end. Everybody just gets sentimental because of the beginning and the end.
We'll save this for later. You're wrong, by the way. End of video. You're wrong.
He's wrong.
Shut up. You're wrong.
He's wrong.